The Supreme Court says it's about fairness, about the Constitution, about equality under the law. But when you strip away the language, what this decision actually does is make it harder for Black Americans to be heard at the ballot box. And we've seen this before. This is African American History is American History.
On April 29, 2026, the United States Supreme Court rolled back key protections in the Voting Rights Act, protections designed to prevent racial discrimination in voting. The decision marks a significant shift in how voting maps can be drawn across the country. At the center of the case is Louisiana, a state where roughly one-third of the population is Black. Following the 2020 census, the state legislature approved the congressional map with only one majority Black district. Black voters challenged that map in court and won. A federal court ordered Louisiana to redraw its districts, resulting in a second majority Black district. In response, a group of white voters filed a lawsuit, arguing that the new map was an unconstitutional racial gerrymander. That case became Louisiana versus Callais. In its ruling, the Supreme Court sided with the plaintiffs, limiting how race can be considered when drawing district lines. The decision carries sweeping consequences. States across the country are now reconsidering their maps. From congressional districts to local school boards, some are even weighing delays to upcoming elections in order to redraw those lines. Gerrymandering, the practice of drawing political districts for advantage, has long shaped American elections. But this ruling expands the legal space for maps that may weaken the voting power of minority communities. The decision is part of a broader pattern. Under Chief Justice John Roberts, the court has repeatedly narrowed the reach of the Voting Rights Act. Roberts once wrote, "The way to stop discrimination on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race."
This is African American History is American History.
The Voting Rights Act of 1965 was designed to dismantle Jim Crow laws, including literacy tests and other barriers used to prevent Black Americans from voting. For decades, it served as one of the federal government's most powerful tools for enforcing equal access to the ballot. In recent years, however, key provisions of the law have been weakened or eliminated. Just 3 years ago, the same 6-3 majority ended affirmative action in higher education admissions. This latest decision further limits the federal government's ability to address racial disparities in voting.
This is how it happens. Not all at once, not with a single sweeping law, but piece by piece, decision by decision, until the protections that once meant something don't anymore. No one is saying Black Americans can't vote. That's not how this works. What changes is power. Who has it, who loses it, and how quietly it can be taken away. The court calls this neutrality, but history calls it something else. This has been African American History is American History.
I'm Garrett Walker.
I'm Harlan Kearsley. And on behalf of everyone involved with African American history is American history, thank you for listening.
Please like, comment, and subscribe to this program. A coordinated, multi-pronged campaign from conservative lawmakers and far-right groups is currently being pushed to restrict Black history from being taught in K-12 schools, universities, and public institutions. Educators, parents, and civil rights organizations are actively fighting back against this assault on learning. But we need everyone to support an accurate, comprehensive, and inclusive education. That's why we ask for your help in keeping history alive. If you value the work we do, please consider donating to our GoFundMe campaign. Your support enables us to continue producing educational content that inspires and informs future generations.
Thanks again, and please, stay safe. African American history is American history. Copyright H.C. Kearsley, 2026.